Black Ops 7 is almost here and everybody's losing their minds over the new zombies mode. But the real question is that actually good? Or did Treyarch pull another trust me bro moment? I did the New Zealand trick, so yes, I teleported my PlayStation across the world, so basically I had a full day of early access. So here are my professional, highly educated, extremely scientific thoughts. Let's start with the good before I start bullying the game. Well, this is easily the strongest part of the mode. The map is aesthetically insane. Some areas look beautiful, some look creepy, some look completely chaotic, but I mean, it all looks amazing. Like, it all blends really well. The environmental detail is on point, and honestly, they nailed the visual identity. The variety of zombies and creatures is actually really solid. I mean, the Zersa, the main boss, the extra enemy types, the little jumpy creatures acting, like the dog rounds, and the monsters that jump on the old Teddy when you're driving around the outer areas. It all feels dynamic, dangerous, and, well, most importantly, fun. And speaking of the Zersa, if you're not prepared, it will ruin your game. Like, my first run on Ashes of the Damned ended exactly like that. Like, I hit around, was it like round 16, I think, and got completely destroyed. That's when I realized, okay, yeah, you really gotta prepare for this boss. I was skeptical about having a drivable vehicle in zombies. I thought it would feel like Warzone or even Fortnite. But no, Old Teddy actually fits perfectly. Like, it controls really well, and it doesn't break the immersion. And it actually feels like a classic zombies mechanic, with modern twists, like modern touches. And also having a portable pack-a-punch, bro, they cooked. Treyarch cooked. Now, the customizations options, they're great. I mean, sure, you can't drag elements around yet, but the ability to turn absolutely everything off is, I think it's amazing. I mean, and here's something I appreciate that might be a hot take actually. The minimap is actually useful, but only because you can turn it off. Here, let me explain. On my first two playthroughs, I kept it on to learn the map. Where the perks are, where the doors lead, how to turn on the pack-a-punch. And then once I learned everything, I turned it off, and the game felt so much cleaner. Like, it's nice that it lets you play like both ways, and you can actually make the most of it to learn the map. Now here's where the problems start a little bit. Um, the map can feel a bit repetitive, and this is my number one issue so far. Like, right now, the map feels kind of like Vandal Farm, just bigger and more, like, a bit more complicated for no reason, But here's the thing, the Easter eggs haven't gone live yet, so that's a big asterisk. That's probably and most definitely going to change. But as of right now, the map just feels basically like a survival map, but with more doors and bigger, like, for no reason whatsoever. But remember, we don't even have access to the wonder weapon yet, so take that as you will. This is hard to describe, but the characters feel empty. The operators. Back in the day, like Takio, Nikolai, Dempsey, and even Richtofen, they talked more. They reacted to the environment. They had personality. I mean, remember in Shadows of Evil with the Shadows crew? They talked a lot, like, about everything. When they reached an area that was like their part of town, or where they did, their deeds, they actually had a lot to say. But now it just feels they feel like generic soldiers saying generic lines, and it's the same problem Black Ops 6 had. Like, only, in my opinion, only Maya stood out in that game. Everybody else completely forgettable. I want more flavor, more personality, more reactions to what's happening. Like, bro, just tell me a joke. I don't know. And let's talk about the HUD a little bit more. It still needs work. Like I said before, one of the good things is that it can be customizable. The bad things is that it doesn't look as good as it could. I mean, why do we still have a giant gun silhouette on the bottom right? I can literally see the gun I'm holding, bro. I mean, they could have decluttered the whole screen by, I don't know, removing the gun silhouette. placing the field upgrade where that was, and then putting the gobble gums, where the field upgrade is now. I think it would declutter the screen so much more. And still small asterisk because they said that teams were coming, like the Shadows of Evil, and I think about the Giant as well. Those teams are coming, but I highly doubt is going to fix these specific problems. And the last bad thing that I can say about this map right now is Wisp T is kind of useless, bro. I mean, now that perks have a scaling price, Wisp T just feels even weaker. I mean, compared to like Juggernaut or Speed Cola, and honestly, Vulture 8, which in my opinion is peak perks right now in Ashes of the Damned, and Wisp T just doesn't compete. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, it works, but it just needs buffs to justify its cost. Because look, the perks have a scaling price, so basically every perk starts and costs the same, at the beginning. And then as you get more perks, the price increases. The problem is that Wisp T is probably never going to be one of the first 2 or 3 perks you buy. So by the time you buy it, it's going to be over 4,000 points, and it's just not worth that cost, bro. So as you can see, like most of my bad points are just nitpicks or things that can easily be fixed in an update. So what I mean to say is the core identity of Zombies and Black Ops 7 is really good. The bones of the games are solid. The gameplay loop is fun, the atmosphere is great, and the potential is insane. Like, it's so massive, I cannot even, bro. Ashes of them is already shaping up to be like one of the best launch maps we've had in a long time. And once the Easter egg drops, bro, it might climb even higher. I mean, if Treyarch keeps this momentum going, releases maps like actual maps consistently, and learns from the mistakes they did in Black Ops 6, then Black Ops 7 could generally be one of the best Zombies titles we've had in years. I mean, they've got the bones, bro. They've got the bones, they just gotta put some meat on those bones. Well, those were my thoughts about Black Ops 7 Zombies so far. If you like what you saw, remember to like and subscribe. It helps out more than you can imagine. And don't forget, I'm Retro Rebooted, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.